I'm a 30-year-old trying to date, and it's just painful.
I'm like hitting the X, hitting the X, hitting the X, hitting the X. And I'm like, it has to get better.
Oh, this is the second time that I have been stood up on a date this month.
Welcome back to Modern Man. Today, we're diving into what's really happening in the modern dating world. Across TikTok, countless women are opening up about how hard it's become to find real connection after 30. From sitting alone in their cars, wondering where all the good men went, to being stood up, ghosted, and left questioning what men even want anymore. These clips paint a picture of a dating culture that's been broken by feminism and the independent woman culture. So buckle up, hit that like and subscribe button, and let's talk about what women over 30 in the dating market are facing in 2025.
As a single woman, I'm getting a little worried when I scroll on this app that like all of the good single men, 30-year-olds and up, or near that range, they are, if they're single, they're staying inside and doing exactly what I would want to do, which is like binge a show and like order and take out. Like, why when I'm scrolling, I'm seeing all these like cute men who look like they have their head on their shoulders. They probably don't. Let's just be fucking real. But they're all like staying inside. Like, what I'm trying to do is text a girlfriend and be like, hey, you know what? Instead of me cuddling into bed and binging all of Real Housewives, let's go out. Because I'm just hoping that one day, like, I meet my husband, like, meet cute randomly. Like, I gotta go out and do that, right? I have to, like, actually put myself out there. I have to actually do my makeup and, like, put on a cute outfit and do that, you know? Crazy concept. But I have a fear that all of the good single 30-year-old men are doing the opposite. Hey, get out there. Please. Stop ordering takeout by your fucking self and wait for me to be there with you to do it, okay? Fuck, literally, I don't... Probably gonna run into a douchebag. Pray for me.
She's in her car venting, asking why all the men over 30 are single, staying in, and refusing to go out. What she's really describing is a generation dealing with the consequences of the messages they grew up with. For years, popular culture preached, live your best life, you don't need anyone, and the right person will just show up when you're ready. That kind of thinking sounds empowering when you're 22, but it's a trap. Real connection doesn't wait around for you to finish your phase of freedom. It grows when two people commit to building something early and sustain it. By the time many people hit 30, they've spent years chasing temporary thrills instead of developing lasting skills, communication, empathy, patience, that make relationships work. The men she's frustrated about didn't disappear. They evolved. After watching the dating scene change into a competition of attention and status, they focused inward, built stability, and learned how to be comfortable alone. Now, they're selective because they've seen what chaos costs. She's feeling the ripple effect of a culture that told her she could always come back to something solid. But many of those solid men have moved on.
Okay, this is a question for the girls, so if you are one of the girls, welcome. If you're not, you can just go past this. I'm wondering, if you guys are not on the apps in 2025 and you're not trying to meet guys via the traditional ways such as like Bumble and Hinge, whatever, what are you doing? Because I'm in my 30s, I don't really go out to bars. All my friends are already married, so they don't have people to set me up with, nor do they want to go out and meet people. So truly, what are the ways that people are meeting guys in 2025 if it's not on the apps? Because I don't know. I really don't know. So let me know what has worked for you or what your plan is for 2025.
In this clip, she's asking other women where they're meeting men who want marriage, who want something real. Her tone isn't angry, it's desperate. And it reveals a quiet truth. The system that promised endless choice is running on fumes. Dating apps gave people convenience but robbed them of depth. They taught everyone to judge first and connect later, to swipe instead of engage. Now, after years of instant gratification, the people who genuinely want something serious are hidden behind a wall of noise. But here's the deeper issue. Many people were taught that independence and commitment are opposing forces. They were told to build careers, travel, and figure themselves out or have fun before settling down. What they weren't told is that emotional maturity doesn't appear overnight. It's built through partnership. By the time many realize this, they're trying to play a game that changed without them. The serious men she's looking for still exist, but they're not on the apps. They're at the gym, at work, or quietly building a future. The irony is that while everyone complains about a lack of options, most of them walk past the people who could actually build something real.
Can someone tell me why dating in the late 30s is so difficult? Like, I'm 39, 40 in April, and I went on a date on Saturday night, which I thought went really well. He asked to see me again on Sunday, to which I said, no, I've got a few things to do, kids' uniforms for school, cleaning, blah, blah, blah. I explained that Sundays are my sort of day that I have to do all that. So then he asked if he could see me tonight. And I said, yeah, brilliant, you know, and he said, fine. He said, brilliant, I'll think of something for us to do. So then earlier on, I messaged and said, oh, there's a film on at the cinema that I would really like to go and see. How about it? To which I then got a message back. I don't really think this is for me. I want to see if I can find something a bit more. I'm not getting any younger. I know what I want, and you're just not it. And I think, well, fair enough, you know, he's been honest. But then why ask if I want to go out again? And I just don't understand why it's so difficult. I really don't. So, any tips or anything, throw them away. Come on, come at me. Like, let's be real. What is it guys want from a woman these days? Because I just cannot seem to find the answer. Not that I would change who I am for a man, but, you know, I just seem to be stuck in this cycle of dating men and them only either wanting one thing or trying to see what else is out there. I don't get it. Anyway, have a good day.
Here she's wondering why men have stopped talking, cancel last minute, or simply ghost. It's painful, but it's also a mirror reflecting how dating has been redefined. Modern dating isn't about compatibility. It's about convenience. People date like they scroll social media, always looking for the next dopamine hit. When something requires effort, they move on. And after years of this, both men and women have become desensitized to genuine effort. The truth is, many people are exhausted. Men feel like no matter what they do, they'll be compared to an ideal that doesn't exist. Women feel unseen in a sea of casual flings and endless talking stages. What we're watching is the collapse of trust in real time. And while it's easy to blame one side, it's deeper than that. Society turned relationships into a marketplace, and now everyone's treating connection like a transaction. The only way out is through intentionality. Slowing down, setting standards rooted in reality, not fantasy. Because until people start dating to build instead of to escape, stories like hers will just keep repeating.
I'm like hitting the X, hitting the X, hitting the X, hitting the X. And I'm like, it has to get better.
So I'm 31. I'm new to the dating world. I was in a long-term relationship before this, and I'm finally like, I want to meet somebody. I'm ready. But nobody wants to meet somebody, not for real. Can somebody explain why you go on dates with somebody when you don't actually want to have a relationship with them, potentially? What's the point? What's the point? I can't do this. This is like, is anybody else struggling? I can't. This is awful.
I need to know if I'm being insane or if I've just been through so much in my life that I refuse to fall for anything anymore. I've been talking to a guy for the last several weeks, and I ended up taking him to a wedding with me, not this past weekend, but the weekend before. The wedding weekend went really, really well, but I have just had this like weird gut feeling that something is off about him since the day that I met him. I think it could just be because I met him when I was out in Nashville bar hopping and I don't have any like connection to him. I feel like there's a really big familiarity when you have mutual friends with somebody and you're just meeting them for the very first time. Because he lives in a completely different state, I don't have that, so I've been just a little bit extra cautious. Regardless, everything has honestly been going pretty well. And like I said, the wedding weekend was a really fun time. Over the weekend, he was at a golf tournament for work. We had been texting all day Saturday, and about halfway through the day, he texted me to let me know that he's in the shower. He then proceeded to send me a video. Now, I saved that video in my phone, and I don't know if everybody knows this, but if you save a video or a photo to your iPhone and you click on the little eye icon down at the bottom, it will show you when that photo or video was taken, the date, the time. 9 times out of 10, it will show you the location. The problem here is that the location was accurate to where he was staying. However, the date and time were the day before. My immediate reaction is just kind of like, well, you just said you're in the shower, so are you or are you not? And also, you took that video yesterday when we weren't talking. Did you have any intentions on sending that to me? Or like, are you sending that to other girls? Now, here's the thing. We have only been talking for a few weeks, so we are not exclusive. We're not in a relationship. Could he be sending that to other girls and could it be okay? Absolutely. My problem though is that that was my first assumption, like you're sending this to other girls. And he did not give me any comfort in the fact that I felt that way, and more so just was kind of like, I literally took that yesterday for you, you're being irrational. My thing is like, if you're gonna send videos to other girls, don't repurpose it. Like, I don't want your sloppy seconds, okay? Take a new video in the shower and send it to me. I think my question though to everybody else here is, would you assume he was sending those videos to other girls, or am I crazy? I don't know. This one might be a red flag. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Am I insane for thinking this way, or would you think the same?
Her story might sound dramatic, doing detective work on a guy's photos, but it's also telling. It shows how uncertain and paranoid modern dating has become. Technology gives us more information than ever, but less trust. She's worried he's talking to someone else, and she's probably right. That's the problem. No one believes in exclusivity anymore because the dating environment rewards distraction. Everyone's hedging their bets, keeping options open, and pretending that's healthy. But if we're honest, part of that stems from what society's been teaching for years. Keep your standards high. Don't settle. Always look for better. Those phrases sound empowering until they leave you with no one to settle with. The guy she's dating might be immature, but she's participating in the same cycle by staying in the game she claims to hate. It's tragic, but it's not unique. Modern relationships are drowning in potential yet starved of purpose. Until people start choosing honesty over excitement, every connection will feel temporary, no matter how good it looks at first glance.
I'm a 30-year-old trying to date, and it's just painful. Did you eat something? Fucker. I'm feeling rather annoyed right now, and whenever I feel annoyed, I feel like I need to pop off on something, and that something is usually TikTok. So I feel like when it comes to dating, I've been very chill and calm when it comes to my old set of standards that I held for myself. I'm like, okay, I need what the fuck? I need really high standards. I have high standards, and I do. But I feel like with dating, I've kind of realized to calm down a little bit in certain areas where I've been so high and mighty and tight with certain things that you need to have. And I've been relaxed on that, and I'm still just not seeing or feeling how I feel like I'm supposed to be feeling. And it's just kind of upsetting because I'm okay, not that I'm lowering my standards. I just feel like I'm opening up a little bit more and growing up, realizing that maybe certain things that I used to think were negatives are actually positives, and I don't know how to navigate it. I'm in this weird limbo of trying to grow, trying to learn, and you know when you make excuses for someone in your head, and then you kind of calm yourself down, and then you're do I need to be making those excuses? I'm just feeling defeated because it's really hard to start over time and time again. And again, when open yourself emotionally up to dating, I don't know.
Oh, this is the second time that I have been stood up on a date this month. So that's exciting news today. After I just fucking did my hair, did my makeup, had my outfit picked out to go on a date, and I get ghosted. So I think that I am gonna take a break from dating apps and just be done with it.
If you're between the ages of 35 to 40s, in your 40s, and you're single, stop scrolling. Is it just me, or is every man in their I don't know, 40s that you're trying to date traumatized? I'm not out here trying to fix nobody. I already fixed myself. I feel like every guy that I've met or that I'm trying to date or that it's trying to, I don't know, get to know, has somehow been traumatized. Traumatized from their divorce, traumatized from their mommy issues, traumatized from I don't know what. But like, where are the good guys? Where are the guys that are like healed and normal and not bald? I don't know. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with being bald, but like, if you can pull it off and you shave your head, then that's one thing. But if you're trying to like hold on to dear life, like, no, please stop. I'm starting to think that I'm like so healed that I'm not willing to deal with any bullshit anymore. Like, I don't know. All the guys are like, I don't know. Am I the only one out here suffering? Am I the only one out here with this problem? Can somebody let me know? Also, if you want me to continue on with this and, I don't know, let's start a series, let me know.
I found that being 30 years old and trying to date in 2025 is so stupid. It's so stupid for three reasons it's stupid. So like, okay, first reason. If you're even remotely like worth a pot to piss in, like I'm talking about like as a woman, like, you know, you done bossed yourself up, you look good, you smell good, you drive good, good job, like, you know what I'm saying, you work hard, you might as well go ahead and cut out 50% of the contenders that you could have had. Like, so from 100, wipe 50% out. When you make yourself worth a pot to piss in, you've wiped 50% out. So now we're down to the last 50%. So boom, now we start getting into standards. So okay, cool, like we done talked about ourselves, like you got yourself together. So now we have to find like an equally yoked man, you know, like that also has his stuff together. So, you know, and when we're talking about, you know, having our stuff together, you know, we're talking about having consistent income. We're talking about taking care of your responsibilities. Do you have a vehicle that you can come pick me up in? Do you have a home that's actually your home? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you educated? Can you hold a conversation? Do you actually have standards yourself? Like, just bare minimum. Cut that in half again. So now we done went from 50%. Now we're down to 25%. Okay, so we got 25% of the contenders just by you being a pot to piss in and your man, potential man, being a pot to piss in. 25%. So cool. Now we start getting into even more, like, not even surface level standards, but now we're talking about like real, like, core things that matter. So it might be, okay, like, example, I'm 30. I don't have any kids. Preferably, I would like to date a man who either has no kids, he has maybe one child, and I feel like if they have one child, I would prefer for that child to be older. At least like 7, 8. 7, 8 or older is what I personally would prefer. So with that also being said, we're gonna cut that again because now we're wiping out helly people. So like now, okay, cool. We done went from 100 to 50 to 25 to now we are literally at 12 and some change. We're at 12 and some change right now. And it's just like, this is what we have to choose from? 12%? But at the same time, it's just kind of like, when I be talking to ChatGPT, y'all, like, she be saying, like, you don't want to be for everybody. You want to be exclusive. You want to have, like, very specific type of people who should be able to have access to you, talk to you, X, Y, and Z. And I agree with that. But literally nobody talks about like this like streak of loneliness that happens.
when like you seriously like, when you really dead ass decide like, okay, I'm done playing around with shit that doesn't serve me. Like, I'm done linking up with men that I know will not serve me. I know that this conversation will not serve me. I know that this date will not even serve me. Because let's just take it that far. I don't even want, if there are men listening to this, I don't even want y'all thinking like, oh, like you one of them, you done got used up, like, so you, no, I'm talking about, I've gotten to the point where I literally feel like conversations do not even serve me. Like, me and you even getting up with each other and eating, it doesn't even make sense. Because we're just so, like, misaligned. But, you know, it is what it is, y'all. Like, I feel like a bonus reason on why I feel like relationships and just things in 2025 is just not working is just because also everybody just thinks there's just so many options out here, like, and low-key it kind of is. Like, I low-key feel like everybody just has this false sense of like accessibility, like, to all these different people that's out here. So nobody's willing to like really lock in with somebody and really like fuck with them, like, for them type shit. Like, everybody's like nitpicking and they feel like, oh, there's somebody else. And it's kind of fried because it's fake true though. Like, there is always somebody else, but like, I just feel like we continue to think like that. Like, nobody's ever gonna settle down. So yeah, I don't know, y'all. At the end of the day, out of all the things in my life, school, work, family, I literally feel like relationships are like the number one. It's the only thing that really, like, I don't understand it. Like, work life, understood, calculated. School, understood, calculated. Even family relationships, I can do that in my sleep. But when it comes to relationships, there's no sense of control over it. And it baffles me. Like, you know, like when I really sit down and really think about it, it baffles me. But I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, all I can continue to do is push things away that are in misalignment and just keep pushing forward. So anyways, yeah, that's my TED Talk for today. So everybody have an amazing day. Okay, bye.
And then we end with this last story. The woman who says she's over 30, highly successful, and struggling because her standards are too high and the dating pool feels too small. What she doesn't realize is that this is the natural outcome of the very path society told her to take. For years, the message was clear. Focus on yourself, build your career, you can have it all later. But later always comes faster than expected. While she was building independence, the men who might have been perfect partners were building lives of their own, and they moved on. Success is admirable, but relationships run on timing, not titles. By prioritizing career over connection for too long, many have unintentionally priced themselves out of the very market they now wish to enter. That's not a criticism, it's a reality check. The independence movement promised empowerment, but it also shifted the balance. In past generations, a woman with drive and purpose still saw partnership as part of her foundation. Today, success is often treated as a substitute for it. The result? A generation of accomplished people, men and women, staring at their reflection and wondering why fulfillment still feels out of reach. And that's really what this entire video has been about. How modern culture has made relationships more complicated than ever. Every clip we've seen today shows a world that's full of options but empty of connection. The modern dating market isn't broken because people stopped caring. It's broken because too many believed they'd always have time to come back to love. Here at Modern Man, we're not here to point fingers. We're here to look deeper, to understand how we got here and how to rebuild something better. If this resonated with you, do me a favor. Like the video, drop a comment, and subscribe. We're still a new channel, and your support helps us grow this community one conversation at a time. Thanks for watching. Stay focused, stay grounded, and we'll see you in the next one.